Hey everyone, welcome back to another day of chess. Challenging myself to get to 2300 ELO. Yesterday we managed to flag a very dirty flag at the end in the end game after completely winning in the opening and then blundering several times, ending up in a losing position. But we still got it done, so I'm going to start, maybe do a puzzle or two, look into a few openings, because I've consistently played the King's Indian and Alapin Sicilian with black. It's getting kind of stale, so I need to find some greener pastures or expand my horizons to get to that next level. So let's see. My queen's being hit. This sacrifice gives a check. But I also feel like this threatens mate in one, the bishop and the queen aligning. Can be defended like this. Here, check. Doesn't seem very good. What about going taking, forking? Then if rook moves back, capture with bishop. We're down a pawn in that endgame. Not sure who that favors. So let's go back to here. Here. Problem is these rooks are connected, so any further attempts at delivering a check to try to fork any rook would simply result in giving up the queen for one rook, which doesn't do anything. This is pretty tough. Okay. Is there a way I can draw away one of the rooks? If I go here, there's also a rook here, which looks terrible. Then here, and I'm forking these two pieces, and the rook's hit. But what else could white do? Here. Perhaps then here? So that's threatening mate. But what about rook f2 and then simply rook e2? Although I guess in that position I do have... Okay, I think this is it. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm a bit slow on the uptake today, but... Let's go to analysis board. So I played with white yesterday. I could imagine myself being black today. So let's say if e4, go with, I'm gonna reply with e5, which I never do. I don't know how to get to the opening explorer where it tells you what the most common moves are. That's okay. I'll try to play a Stafford Gambit. Let's say takes. Is that the Stafford Gambit? No. I think it's knight. Yeah. Takes. Take here. I think I can figure the rest out. But I will. Let's look into the Caro-Kann. D4 I know is the most common move. I'll play E6. Knight F6. So E6, just striking the center. Looks reasonable. Now let's go back to the beginning. I want to also play the bird's defense. Or bird's offense. F4. Bird's opening. D4. Knight F6. Let's say knight F3, knight F6. Go with the fianchetto option. I guess C4 is good here. They even have knight A5 listed. The engine lists knight A3 as an option. Loves castle. Apparently this is slightly good for black. Play fianchetto. That looks playable. Okay, let's go. Let's play chess. Oh, we get black again? Joined a week ago. 2300 bullet. Scary stuff. Well, I truly never play the Caro-Kann. This is one of the first times. I know there is the Gurgen-Nidze variation. Like I played it, I started playing it in daily games, just to kind of familiarize myself with some of the ideas. So, what's funny is I already forget what I was going to play. Oh yeah, E6, okay. Or D6. Let's go knight F6. See what it comes up with. F4, very aggressive. Perhaps preparing this, then he's got two pawns there. Those might become weaknesses, not strengths though. Could I also go knight d7 here just to take the sting out of it? So knight d7, e5, takes. Where's my knight going after that? It might be better to leave that square open for my f knight. So g6, e5, takes, knight here maybe? Okay, let's do that. Interesting, opponent has left the game. So far my setup looks very solid, but I don't think it's cause for my opponent to just stop playing. So there's also a concept, dopamine crash. It's like if someone sells a business or wins a Olympic gold medal, and obviously there's lower tier achievements as well. Then your brain chemistry changes and you're less motivated and focused. So that's kind of, I reached my goal of 2100 and I'm less like, I don't know. I achieved a major milestone, and now I gotta rebuild that motivation and keep grinding really hard. Let's see. Did I go with bishop e6? I guess e6 is also a possibility. e6. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not experienced enough in these positions to know the best plan of attack. This seems wrong. This just looks wrong with this pawn here. But hopefully we can get away with it. Knight d7, knight. So let's see, castles, bishop. Therefore, it might be better to wait. Okay, let's go here first. I want to see if he's going in with the knight or the bishop. Can't occupy the square with both pieces, and both have merit. Maybe I should have gone h6. I guess I completely missed that move. Perhaps if bishop, then I move the knight back and then play h6. And then maybe put the knight on f5. There's also knight or queen to b3, b6. Okay. So here I'm thinking castle. Then h6. Okay. Yeah. This looks fine. I guess the knight can go here and get a pretty nasty outpost. Then I'll have to start thinking about ways to attack it with one of my knights. I am pretty used to playing defensive battles like this, where I draw my opponent. Actually, this is kind of scary, this alignment, I just noticed. It almost looks... I actually missed that. What about here, then queen over here? Okay. Let's see. What's the solution? Definitely makes sense to take here first. takes, and then queen check is very problematic also. But I don't know. There's no knockout blow yet. But I'll have to definitely now if I go here first, that's good for me because I get to hang on to this pawn. And then he has to spend a tempo taking. Then I can move my knight. But then it's a knight to hit the rook. Yeah, I don't know. Let's see. This seems very wrong because now this check forks. But I guess that my rook is covered by my queen and my knight. So if queen h6 back to rook g8. I'd like to go here to recover my bishop. I guess this kind of forks the rook and the bishop, so that's good. Then rook takes, knight takes, the bishop opens up to defend the pawn. We can probably get some kind of perpetual here. So definitely just putting white into the blender with there being so many options in such a complicated position. I'm going to pre-move this just to because it seems like the most logical recapture. But what's also scary now is that here, bishop takes, I have to give up the queen. Wow. Surrenders the bishop. Probably should take there immediately. Okay. What about here? This looks okay for now. Now I can go, let's see, here, the knight hangs. So yeah, it just looks like a draw. Unless, what about this move? No, wait. Yeah, I have to go here. It's offering me a draw. I will accept. Because there's, wait, yeah, because if I go here, he takes the rook, That's checkmate, so yeah. To analyze this game, luckily we still gained 13 ELO. We're at 1854 on Lichess. But yeah, white is completely winning here, actually, so the fact that he offered me a draw is a stroke of good fortune for me. Plus 3.6 the final evaluation. I played to 60% accuracy with 4 blunders. We were never winning, but we were, yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, this move's not even on the engine's radar. Knight d5 is best. So bishop e6 top move. Pawn e6, terrible move. I have to find queen h4 there. Very hard to spot. Okay, h6. Queen e7, best move. Or queen b6, counterattacking the central d-pawn for white. So here, it's completely fine. So I was worried about this. But apparently this set up this sequence of moves. Even though we're down 2 pawns, and start winning them back with very active bishops. Okay, well that's very complicated. So let's try to do the thing where it says learn from your mistakes. So now we know bishop e6 is the move, which occurred to me, but I don't know, just blocking in my e-pawn felt wrong, but I guess in this particular setup, because the bishop doesn't need to access this diagonal, it can easily find a home on this diagonal. We don't have to worry about the e-pawn for now. I played here, scared of dropping this pawn, but now we know you have to be able to lose this pawn, because once this bishop comes to life with a discovery, losing that pawn, you get sufficient compensation for the pawn. I played here. I don't remember looking at this part of the game, but I'm guessing it's the same idea as the last node. So I'm guessing here again it wants this move. No, it's not. What about here? Capturing first. Forcing the king to recapture? Okay, interesting. I guess, is it, yeah. I really mishandled that defense. But you live and you learn.